Hello everyone, my name is Zoe and welcome back to another reaction video. Today we're gonna be reacting to the second trailer for The End of Oak Street. This is a dinosaur movie that involves a family getting transported into the Mesozoic era, and they have to survive against a bunch of dangerous dinosaurs. And so I didn't want to react to the first trailer because it was really bad, and there were not a lot of dinosaurs in that one. So we're gonna be reacting to the second trailer. Oh, and Scooby's back. Scooby, say hi. Say hi. Say hi. Yeah, he's gonna be joining us today. So as always, I'm gonna be reacting to this trailer and breaking it down, scene by scene, looking at the details you might have missed. But without further ado, let's jump straight in.
Did anybody else see that weird light last night?
What weird light?
The wind was blowing all crazy. Starbuck was freaked out and barking.
Could have been lights from a helicopter.
Or a UFO? Aliens.
Shut up, Dad.
Water's not working.
Looks like the whole neighborhood's lost power.
What the hell is that?
We can't leave.
I think that our neighborhood, our house, our whole street has moved.
How the hell is that even possible? Get out of there! Run!
What the hell's going on?
Get inside now!
I just heard a gunshot.
Oh my god,
I don't need you to worry for me, 'cause I'm alright.
Gather supplies. Grab anything you can use as a weapon.
I don't care what you say anymore, this is my
What are we gonna do?
We're gonna survive.
leave me alone.
God's not gonna let us die here.
Greg, you only go to church at Christmas and now you're telling the kids God's looking out for us?
What about the people who are out there getting eaten?
Alice.
I don't need you to worry for me, 'cause I'm alright.
The End of Oak Street. August 13th, wow. Alright, now that we've reacted to the trailer, let's break it down. As always, I put it on mute so we can break it down even properly. It's gonna be really different to my other non-Jurassic World dinosaur reaction and breakdown videos, as we'll be looking at this trailer actually in detail. We're not going to be listing the creatures. So the trailer starts off with an adorable looking dog. We can see that there's some swings, bench, a doghouse, and a pin that's holding the dog's leash. We'll talk about that later in this, when we get to the scene that's featured later in this trailer. Oh, and if you're wondering why I'm wearing a jacket, it's because I have a cough. So I think this dog might have some importance. Maybe he saves the family, or maybe he brings back the family together, or the dog gets eaten by some large theropod dinosaur, like what happened in the Lost World Jurassic Park when the T-Rex ate the family dog. However, I hope the dog makes it out. However, I hope the dog makes it out alive. Excuse me. But we do, and I think this dog might be a German Shepherd. I mean, the color's way off, but it does have like the pointy ears. But could be a German Shepherd, but it has the pointy ears. I mean, the color's way off, but it does have the pointy ears, so it might be a German Shepherd. Then we see a flash of light glowing on the dog. And then we see Brian, who must be a fan of Superman, because he has like a Superman blanket, and he must be some sort of baseball player, because there's like trophies and a baseball in his room. Alright, next we see the family eating breakfast as if nothing ever happened. This makes me think that this scene might be taking place at the beginning of the movie, because they have like no reaction to what was happening. Maybe when the power stops working, then they'll realize that something has happened. So we have Brian, and we have Greg, who is played by Ewan McGregor, who you might remember since he played Obi-Wan Kenobi in the Star Wars films. Then we have Anne Hathaway, and we have Audrey. Ryan tries to ask about the weird height that happened throughout the and then Audrey thinks it might have been the light from the helicopter. However, Greg thinks it might have been a UFO piloted by aliens. However, even though Audrey shrugs it off, we see the light glowing in her room, which is weird. And we see like, I think this might be diplomas, maybe Greg's. Oh wait, no, they're sports awards or sports certificates. I think so. Then we see, then Anne Hathaway, then Denise's character Anne Hathaway. Then Anne Hathaway's character Denise finds out that the water isn't working. Of course, because this whole neighborhood has been transported into the dinosaur era. So yeah, of course the water's not working. And then Greg finds out that the whole neighborhood has lost power. I think that when the neighborhood was being transported to the Mesozoic era, everything was gone. Like the pipes weren't work. Like the pipes were broken and the power lines were torn apart. And then Brian turns on the radio, which could be the sound of a person getting eaten by a dinosaur. Next, Audrey and Brian look out the window and they see a dinosaur. Nice. So I don't know which dinosaur this is. It's got 4 spikes on the end of its tail, like a Stegosaurus, but it's also got armored plating on its tail, like an Ankylosaurus. I think it could be Spicomelus. If you don't know what Spicomelus is, it was like some newly discovered ankylosaur, and instead of having a club tail, it had like spikes. It had like spikes on the tip of its tail that kind of resembled a club. So it could be Spicomelus, but I'm interested to see what you paleontologists have to say in the comments. Tell me what you would identify this dinosaur as. Next up, we see at the neighborhood. Next, we see that the whole neighborhood is way higher than the Mesozoic era. We see that there's houses over here, and then we see the trees and bushes over here. This shows that the neighborhood has been transported into the Mesozoic era, because you see that the Mesozoic era is smaller than the neighborhood. We see that, and as I told you, the pipes weren't working, because we see that a few pipes were cut off. We also see some of the houses were destroyed, and the school bus has been cut in half. So now they're stranded here. So now the family is stranded here in this remote area. Next, we see Denise holding a gun, and we see that there are some claw marks on the door, meaning it could have been caused by some smaller dromaeosaur dinosaur, like maybe Velociraptor, Deinonychus, or maybe Utahraptor. Wait, no, Utahraptor is too small. You know what, Deinonychus. Deinonychus is a better option. Deinonychus is a better guess. We see we see a dinosaur in the trees over here. I think this is the Stegosaurus, because it's like really big and has like plates on its back. Stegosaurus. I think Stegosaurus was the largest of the Stegosaurid family, so it could be the Stegosaurus. Next, we see the whole family, and this character right here, I don't know what her role is. Maybe she gets eaten by a theropod dinosaur later on. I'm not too sure. But then next we see the shadow of a creature with a long neck and beak. As I was saying, we see the shadow of some creature with a long neck and beak. I think this is a pterosaur. Of some kind, maybe Pteranodon or something. But I think it might be some other type of pterosaur. Next, we see Greg and Denise running away from some creature, and then one of the neighbors gets out of the house and doesn't know what's going on. And then we see her get eaten by a dinosaur. Okay. Then we see her get eaten by a dinosaur. She gets eaten by a dinosaur. Anyways, and it happened quickly, similar to how Scooterman got eaten by the Allosaurus in Jurassic World Dominion. But aside from that, I have no idea what dinosaur this is. It's a feathered dromaeosaur, which is good to see, obviously. I don't think it's Utahraptor. I think it could be Troodon or Deinonychus, but I think it might be Velociraptor because a lot of these dinosaurs. I think it might be Velociraptor because it's got feathers and it's like really small. Despite it being the size of human. And I say it's Velociraptor because it could be some other type of dromaeosaur dinosaur, but then again, the dinosaurs in many dinosaur movies have a penchant for it could be some other dromaeosaur dinosaur, but I think it's Velociraptor because a lot of dinosaur. I think it could be Velociraptor because a lot of these. I think it could be Velociraptor because a lot of the dinosaur films we see have a penchant for showing zero biological accuracy. Yeah, I think it might be Velociraptor because a lot of dinosaur films have a penchant for. I think it might be Velociraptor because a lot of dinosaur. I think it's a Velociraptor. I think it's a Velociraptor because. I think it's a Velociraptor because a lot of dinosaur films have a penchant. I think it might be Velociraptor because a lot of dinosaur horror films. I think it might be Velociraptor because a lot of dinosaur films have a habit. I think it might be a Velociraptor because a lot of. I think it might be Velociraptor because a lot of dinosaur movies have a penchant for not showing any biological accuracy. Next, we see the family trying to keep the Velociraptor out of their house, similar to how Alan and Ellie were trying to keep the Velociraptor out in Jurassic Park. Next, we see Greg lighting up a match, and we see a giant. Okay. Next, we see Greg lighting up a match, and we see a giant creature in the window. I think this could be a Therizinosaur of some kind. Possibly Therizinosaurus, because Therizinosaurus is a popular dinosaur that people use in different dinosaur movies, like for example, Dino King had a Therizinosaurus, and Jurassic World Dominion also had a Therizinosaurus. And next we see Greg and Denise running away from a herd of dinosaurs. We see a few Velociraptors, I think, running on this car, and as they step on the car, they're causing cracks in the windows. We see their bushy tails. And next we see the family trying to board up their house, similar to how the characters in Stranger Things board up their houses in board up their houses to protect themselves from monsters like the Demogorgon. Fun fact, when I saw the trailer, when I heard that this trailer would be releasing, Entertainment Weekly said that this film is inspired by Jurassic Park, The Valley of Gwangi, which is some sort of Western dinosaur film, the Twilight, and a few others. But to me personally, I think this film is like I think this film is a but to me I think this film looks like a combination of both Jurassic World and Stranger Things. Jurassic World because of the dinosaurs, and Stranger Things because of boarding up the house and the portal. And the portal taking the main characters into another dimension. Then we see Brian holding up a bow and arrow towards smaller creature, which could be a compy, or it could be some other dinosaur. I think maybe they might have their own human companion. I mean, not human. Maybe they might have their own dinosaur companion, because a lot of dinosaur films show humans bonding with dinosaurs, so maybe Indafolk Street might show. Oh, so maybe Indafolk Street might have their own little bumpy. Then we see Brian hugging Denise, and we see him holding the bow and arrow, which means this bow and arrow could be of importance to some more dinosaurs that they'll face off and they'll split up, which is a horrible decision to make in horror movies. Then we see a pair of pterosaurs. Okay. Then we see okay. Okay, I'm gonna have to slow this down for you guys, cause there. Then we see a pair of pterosaurs. I think earlier I said these were pteranodon, but I think I might be wrong because these look like some sort of Rhamphorhynchid of some kind. Maybe Merodactylus or Pterodactylus. Pterodactylus did appear in the Jurassic Park novels, so I think it might be Pterodactylus, maybe, or it could be Rhamphorhynchus. Next we see the dog from earlier, and it turns out he's not pinned, and it turns out his leash and collar aren't pinned to the ground anymore. Maybe some human came to the rescue and saved him, or he tried to escape, or maybe he was just scared to death and tried to escape, and as he was trying to escape, the leash broke off. Next we see some footprints which could be the footprints of a Stegosaurus. Alright, next we see the claws of some. Next we see a bigger dinosaur, and I'm thinking this could be Therizinosaurus, but it could also... Hold on, I need to slow this down again. But it could be Deinocheirus because its claws are so small, but as I said, a lot of dinosaur films have a penchant for not showing. But it could be Deinocheirus, but as I said, a lot of dinosaur films have a penchant for not showing a lot of biological accuracy. So I still think that this is Therizinosaurus. Then the camera switches from the car getting smashed by the Therizinosaurus to the car getting pushed into the house by some sort of larger theropod. I think this is a T-Rex because I think they did confirm that the T-Rex will appear in this film, so I think it's a T-Rex. Next we see a cat. I don't know about you, but I think this cat might get eaten by some larger theropod, since a lot of pets get eaten in dinosaur films, so the cat might get eaten by the T-Rex. Next we see some sort of orb. Next we see some sort of orb, which could be a portal to the Mesozoic era. We saw this in a previous trailer. Well, we haven't reacted to that trailer, but we did see it in the previous trailer. So yeah, this could be a portal to the Mesozoic era, and that could only take the entire family. I don't think it'll take the house or the street or the neighborhood. I think it'll just take the whole family. Because, you know, they say sacrifices have to be made. And as the family walk, and as the family walk beside the house, we see the tail of some theropod. We'll get to which theropod this is. I think it's Allosaurus, since Allosaurus was confirmed for this film. Next, we see fire. You see the fire. You see fire in. At least next, as the family go on top of the house, we see fire everywhere. This could lead to two. I have two theories for this. One, a volcano erupted and is spewing lava everywhere because every dinosaur film needs a volcano. Or two, someone dropped a bomb to get rid of these dinosaurs. However, I don't think a bomb would cause this much fire. So it might be a volcano, because every dinosaur needs a volcano. Oh, and we can also see a Stegosaurus running away from the fire, which is cool. Next we see Denise getting attacked by some larger theropod, which is the Allosaurus. Yeah, I said it could be, so it is the Allosaurus. And then we see Egg running towards the Allosaurus to try and help Denise. And then we see the Allosaurus running by the window. This Allosaurus does look like Amy, the Allosaurus from Jurassic World. Yeah, I called the Allosaurus Amy because I like naming animals now. So this does look like Amy Jurassic World. So this does look like Amy the Allosaurus from Jurassic World. We see Brian trying to keep the door closed for some other dinosaur. I don't know which one. Then we see the Allosaurus. Then we see the Allosaurus chasing the kids. Fun fact, Entertainment Weekly did show a picture of the Allosaurus chasing the kids. And funnily enough, this Allosaurus is feathered. Now, of course, there hasn't been a lot of evidence that Allosaurus was covered in feathers, but I think Allosaurus was feathered because Allosaurus is related to birds. Because Allosaurus is a theropod dinosaur, and a lot of theropod dinosaurs, except Carnotaurus and Spinosaurus, had feathers. So I think this is Allosaurus, and yes, like I said, this Allosaurus does look like Amy the Allosaurus from Jurassic World. Next we see Greg trying to distract the Allosaurus, and then we see Denise trying to distract the Allosaurus by shooting it. However, a lot of people have complained about the design for this Allosaurus, because even though it's got feathers, it also has spikes on its back. I don't think it's a horrible design. Yeah, feathers don't go well with spikes, but I think it's a really good design. And despite the fact that even though some of the dinosaurs are okay, yeah. So even though this, while many people have complained and whined about the design for the Allosaurus, I think it looks good, and I can't wait to see it in it, and I can't wait to see it in action on August and I can't wait to see it in action in theaters on August 13th. Oh yeah, that was the end of Oak Street. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe, click the bell for notifications, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.